So, it's a chilly night here. It's like 20 something degrees out, I think, high 20s. Winter is rapidly approaching. You could probably say it's already here. It's early mid-November here, or mid-November, I guess. And the snow's going to be coming very shortly. And as such, where I'm at, upstate New York, central New York, we get a lot of snow and a lot of ice. And I don't know how many shovels I've broken trying to chip up ice in the driveway that it's early in the morning. You drive across the driveway after the snow's fallen. It packs down the snow. You go over it with a snow blower. It doesn't get it up. And then you've got tracks of ice that just keep building up and building up. And eventually your whole driveway is a sheet of ice. I'd like to avoid that as much as possible this year without having to throw a ton of salt down because it's not great on the dog's paws. So, when I was at my last antique venture, I actually grabbed this. I forgot to include it in the last It Followed Me Home that I filmed because it was tall, and I set it off to the side of the bench, meaning to grab it, and completely forgot. But I found this at that estate sale one where I got the newest swivel jaw vise. I'm not sure if this is going to go live before that, so I got another swivel jaw vise. If you guys are curious, stay tuned. But yeah, I picked this up. Try not to knock everything off the bench. With the wide angle lens going here. I picked it up. It was $5. I'd been even just looking for the heads of these online on eBay, and I couldn't find them. I could only find new ones, and they were significantly more expensive than $5. But for a tool that's really gonna get used hard and put up wet, I didn't want to pay that much money for it. It looks like this was where was it here? I think you can see this box here. It looks like a Craftsman. Probably somewhat more modern production, but either way, the construction of it looks pretty good, right? I had one of these years ago and I broke it because it was just a rod here welded to a flat blade. This here looks like it's all one piece. The shaft that goes into the blades at least goes on both sides of it, but it looks like it's all one cast piece or stamped piece. There's a socket up here, and the handle is weathered and checked for sure, but it feels sturdy enough. It doesn't feel like it's completely rotted or anything. And it's straight, so it's salvageable. But either way, I'd have paid $5 for just the head. So if we can get a couple years out of the handle before I got to replace that, great. So tonight I'm going to fix this up and get it ready for winter because I'm probably going to need this soon. Now, could I clean this up without pulling this out? Yeah. Should I have? Maybe. But I've already started pulling out at this point, so I'm committed. I gotta finish it. Well, that didn't work how I wanted. Let's try the other one. Yeah, and I think drilling your mouse is going to be the best way, the best approach. That is on there. See if something a little heavier moves it. There we go. That's starting to move. Okay, now since this isn't something that I care too much about the finish, I'm just going to take the angle grinder with the cup brush to it. So that should clean it up nicely. It looks like there's some residue of some like concrete or something like that. Someone's probably using this to mix stuff up, but we'll get it cleaned up. Alright, so this does not need to be that that fancy. Some of the marks in here, I think, are just the surface finish of the steel from when it was cast or forged or however they made it. So, yeah. That's just about good enough for that. Like I was saying before, it doesn't need to be anything super fancy. It's kind of a quick and dirty tool, right? Because this thing's going to get beat up. So I will throw a coat of oil on it, but other than that, I'll just clean it off when it rusts. You can probably paint it, but I don't see much use in it for a $5 little ice scraper here. All right, onto the handle. Alright, so this looks like it's probably an oak handle. That'd be my guess. I think this might be done. This doesn't really strike me as a sanding and burnishing type project. Like there's definitely like tool marks and some file marks and chatter marks from the spoke shave, but I don't know, all that's perfectly fine. It's not really. I don't think it'll impact the use of it that much, to be honest with you. It'll take off some of the real bad ones, just so I don't get splinters or anything. But short of that, I'll probably just leave it. So for oil, I am just going to use some boiled linseed oil. Nothing fancy. This is an old hot sauce container because it's easier. I have noticed that in the winter, boiled linseed oil, at least up here because it's cold, very cold in my shop, boiled linseed oil does take a lot longer to cure in the winter. So should have probably done this kind of a project in the summer, but I didn't have this in the summer, so whatever. If it takes a little longer to cure, that's alright. It'll be just fine. I was thinking about putting a better edge on it, but honestly, this one's a little bit dull, but it still comes to enough of a point to chip through some ice, so I don't think I'm going to mess around with it. If I'm using it and I really notice that I'm thinking, oh, I really wish this had a sharper edge on it, that's fine, but I'd rather it kind of skip off the blacktop a little bit rather than bite into it, so I don't want a super keen edge on it. And my hands are dirty from the rust, but that's alright. It'll go on the, the oak here just fine. Honestly, this handle came back to life really nicely, and for $5, I don't think I could even have bought a replacement handle for a head, let alone for $5 I got a head and a handle. So I think it made out all right. Now this still has a bunch of facets on it from using the spoke shave, and there is still chatter marks like I was telling you before, but that's all perfectly fine. It'll just add for some grip while I'm using it with gloves. Make sure we douse that socket really good, because that is most likely where it will rot out first. Alright, so we'll let this dry a bit. You can see that came out nice. It's got some nice color to it. Alright, so now when I'm putting this head back on, this was kind of the orientation that it was before. You can see those holes. I'm going to twist it just a little bit. Actually, I'm going to twist it 180 degrees, just so that the grain orientation of the handle is running properly, and for the forces I'll be putting on it. We're going to drive that in there. Still got a ways to go. Get a little heavier hammer. We are almost there. Perfect, I like it. And we didn't damage the end too bad there. Got a little mushed, but that'll be fine. Alright, last thing to do is just figure out what I'm going to use for some little pins here. So now I just have a small drill bit. It is smaller than the shank of the little copper rivet here that I'm going to use. I'm just going to use these little, you know, the ones I use for my leather work. Do I need to? No. Would a steel nail work perfectly fine? Probably. Would it work better? Maybe. I don't know, but I think this will look cool, so that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing it. So I'm just doing a small pilot hole. Which will hopefully not be terribly off-center. It was pretty off-center, but it's alright, we have hammers. Alright, now that I've woken up the whole house, let's do the other one. Alright, calling it done. And there we have it. Our nicely cleaned up ice scraper. Those copper rivets really went flush pretty nicely, so that'll work out good. I understand they don't have the sheer strength of steel, but I'm not worried about it. So. Alright guys, we've zoomed out, got the wide angle again just so you can get the whole thing in the shot, but it's all finished up. I think it came out good. And get good use out of it this winter. So thanks for watching guys, appreciate it. Stay tuned for more fun stuff.